So I've been giving you guys shorts of how I do my hair, how I style my hair. So I decided to give you guys a full video showing you how I style my hair. This is not a tutorial. This is actually going to be a chit chat. I want to talk about why I decided to go back to my pixie cut, as well as embracing my grays, and just, you know, I feel like I'm in this transitional period. So let's just talk about transitioning, whether it's going forward to something new or going back to something. So let's get into All right, so I've already shampooed my hair, and when it comes to products, the Cream of Nature Argan Oil is my tried and true. I use both the shampoo and conditioner, and I use the leave-in. So, like I said, I've already shampooed it. About to throw this leave-in in it and mold it down. So, first things first. Why did I decide to go back to my pixie cut? If you guys don't know, if you haven't been following me, I was growing my I had a pixie cut before. I've actually been wearing pixie cuts or my hair short off and on for over 30 years. I've had other styles in between. At one point I even had locks, but my pixie cut, my short hair, has always been the tried and true for my hair. I feel like I'm losing light. Hold on. Okay, that seems better. Like I was saying, the pixie cut is my tried and true hairstyle. That is my statement hairstyle. It is my signature look. If you know me as Felicia with the pixie cut or Felicia with the short hair. Well, at one point when I decided that I was going to grow out when I was going to grow out my gray hair, I decided that I also had got into a space where I wanted hair. And so for about a year or so, I grew my hair out. I hadn't grown my hair out in over, shoot, it had been years since I had grew my hair out, and I had got to a little bob, and it was cute. It had a moment, but there was also some faux pas in it. Well, some snafus, if you will. I colored it, hated the color. I hated that color. I love my natural hair color. I've grown to love my natural hair color, especially now with the gray. So that was the first thing. I colored it. I decided I wanted to color it. I hated it. It was always damaged. So I had to cut it and, grow it back. But even in cutting it and growing it, it still wasn't growing back the way that I wanted it to grow back. It wasn't growing back healthy, shiny, and all those things. And the color just didn't work. I did see like a cut with the shaved style, which was like my last cut before I went straight pixie. And that was fine, but it still, with the hair color, it still wasn't it. And then the weekend of my high school class reunion, a lot of the girls was coming in with their pixie cuts. And these girls, and some of these girls, granted, they have been wearing their hair short, but a lot of them had been doing like the shave sides and stuff like that. And then, they have been wearing their hair shaved on the side and everything like that. And then, having the top long, and then we at the reunion, and I'm just like, man, not only are they wearing they wearing these pixie cuts, but it's popping. And I was just like, I was already contemplating doing my hair, and I don't know if that weekend was just my confirmation. So I told my hairstylist, who actually graduated from high school with me, so she was there, and I was like, I'm ready to go back. And so I went back into my pixie cut. I did a big chop and went back. And when I tell you, it has been the best thing for me since I've done it. I feel like myself again, because looking at pictures and stuff like that when my bob style, I just didn't feel like myself. And I would look at pictures and nothing would hit. Nothing looked good. Nothing was cute. I just didn't feel like there was nothing about me in those pictures that popped or just did anything, that said anything to me. And so I feel like that was the best thing for me, going back to my pixie cut. So that is why I just felt like it wasn't me. The bob wasn't me. This is my signature haircut and my signature style, and I really just had to get back to myself, get back to me, get back to my short hair. And when I tell you that in doing so, it was like just riding on a bike. Like, I got back into it and I was able to style my hair and do all the things with no problem. It was easy peasy. It didn't take curling it, all that, molding it. It was just like nothing. And it was just like I instantly felt like myself again. So yeah, that's how we got to the pixie cut. We're getting back to the pixie cut. And also, I never really talked about it that much on my channel, but in my past relationship, one of my point of contentions, or one of the issues that we had, was I wore my hair short, and he just really wasn't someone who wore like short hair. And so cutting my hair and all that will always be an issue, because it would be, why'd you have to cut it so short? Why'd you cut the top so short? Why is it so low? It will always be something. So I would just say it was really freeing to be able to just decide, all right, this hair is not for me, and I can just go back to my cut, and I didn't have to deal with any of the foolishness that I had to deal with in my past relationship. And I didn't, cutting my hair this time, I didn't get no pushback from nobody. It was great. So yeah, so I'm about to sit under the dryer now that it is molded down, and we'll talk about embracing the grays and all that as I curl my hair. Because styling my hair don't take long. You see how 5 minutes and my hair is molded. Real simple, real easy, which is another thing that I love about wearing my hair short, is that it's easy, it's low maintenance. I don't have to worry about looking a mess. I can go to the gym, and because my hair is so low, I don't have to worry about sweating my hair out, sweating out curls, and all that other stuff. And I absolutely love that for me. Truly do. It is so nice not to have to sit under the dryer for what feels like an eternity. So, where did we leave off? Oh, let's talk about embracing these grays, my silver highlights, as I like to call them. So even before I started to grow my hair out, I had decided that I was no longer going to color my hair, because at one point I was dyeing my hair blonde. I got tired of the blonde, and I was like, you know what? I am going to grow out my grays, and embrace it. And what I have is like this salt and pepper color. Like, it's not fully gray. I have like a streak up in here, which I think is really cool. But I decided to embrace my grays because, one, the older women in my family, I watch them fight their hair when it comes to the grays. Like, they were against it. I had family members who would just stay blonde. They would go blonde. They did not like it. It was like having gray hair was like this huge faux pas in my family, until my aunt, God rest her soul, she was like the first one I saw to fully embrace her grace, and it was absolutely beautiful to me. But just seeing other women online, I was just like, I'm not about to keep doing this, because it was just like, I don't care how Many times I colored it, how light I colored it. It didn't matter what I do or did. My hair, them grays was gonna come back. And I was just like, I don't want to spend all this time trying to stop something that's just gonna happen. So I decided to go ahead and embrace the grays. And I have to say that I enjoy it. It's probably one of the best decisions that I made. I like the fact that I don't have to worry about coloring my hair, especially since I am someone who is relaxed. I don't have to worry about like the double process of my doing my hair, where I am just trying to figure out like, okay, I gotta relax it. Now I gotta wait some days, and then I gotta color it and all this stuff, and making sure that I'm not over processing it. Just doing all this stuff, and then the grays coming in, and now I got gray hair, and I got my dark hair, and I just got all this stuff going on. So I decided the best thing for me to do was to just embrace my grays. And I have to say, I don't regret it. I am almost 50 years old. I am 48. So, like, what am I, like, I'm not, and I'm proud of my age, and I think I look good for my age. So I'm not about to not embrace that, just for the sake of thinking that we've let society have us think that gray doesn't look good, is not, it makes you look older. You know what makes you look older sometimes? Constantly coloring your hair and trying to cover them grays, because they gonna come back, baby. So now you got this color, and in coloring my hair, like the grays it would always be a different color. So even with coloring my hair, it never really, like, the grays was like never fully gone, and that just looked unnatural to me. No shade to anybody that colors their hair, like, you have to do what makes you feel comfortable with yourself, but for me, it just didn't look natural. I hated coloring my hair, and now the color wouldn't even be fully dark from where I was gray. So I just decided to leave it alone. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish curling this, and I'll be back, because I'm not even looking in the camera, so I need to focus on my curls. But I'll show you that and close this thing out, and we can talk about the transition once I finish curling my hair. Okay, quick 360 really fast. So everything is all curled, and I said it before, but just in case, I use pencil curlers, and I put it up, just a metal rat tooth comb. So this and this, if you saw me earlier, this is what I use to curl my hair, and it makes it really simple. So now I'm just going to comb it out. I'm not leaving out the house quite yet, so I just really want to comb it just to kind of loosen up the curls and, get everything and situated, and then I'll come in and, really, once it's done. So you see that streak? Yeah. Once it's done like this is really it. I just have to, go in and kind of just, what is the word I'm looking for? Child, perimenopause is something else. Why I can't think of the word I'm looking for? Just kind of tie everything together and perfect it, so it can look and be styled the way that I want. But in the meantime, when I said about transitioning, I definitely feel like I'm going through a transition. Outside of just, I know all the girls are talking about going through the change with perimenopause. Is definitely that. So I'm definitely going through a thing where I'm really focused on just my physical health and making sure I'm good with that, my emotional health. But also, since we're talking about hair, I feel like there's been some changes with my appearance. I was a huge, and I still am a huge sneaker girl, but I find myself not really grabbing or gravitating towards my Jordans like I used to. Now I wear a lot of casual shoes, the Sambas, and all of those things. So is that my dress has stayed the same, but I do notice that I'm starting to kind of get into wanting to wear more casual shoes, loafers, and things like that. So I've been looking into building my wardrobe that way. Um, my mindset, I feel like I've been constantly going through a thing with just my mindset, renewing my mind, really focusing on my spirituality. I started getting down on my knees and praying because I used to pray in bed, but I feel like there is such, it's such, you have a better, like, you really pray in the spirit and you really get in tune when you get down on your knees and you kneel before God and you pray. So I've been doing that. And just really, I guess, maturing and trying to do better. There are things that I want to work on personally that I'm still dealing with. Um, just, just trying to every day, just trying to get better. But I do feel like in September, it was definitely a month where I felt like it was a transition. And so cutting my hair, going back to my Pixie was like the icing on a cake. It kind of made that transition feel more tangible for me because I can feel it, but I just doing this was something that I can see. So this is about it. This is all I'm gonna do with my hair right now. I'm actually gonna tie it just so it can lay a little flatter on the sides. Like I said, I'm not leaving out right now, so I'm not about to worry about like laying my edges, but because of the way I mowed it, it looked good. Now I just want to lay the sides down so everything can lay. And already, I think I cut my hair maybe 2, 3 weeks ago, and it's already starting to grow back in. It's crazy, but I love it. It's healthy. It looks good. I love my little silver patch right here. Everything is great. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about products, tools, molding, anything about styling my hair, I didn't want to make this a tutorial, but if you have any questions about my hair or styling your Pixie or just thinking about cutting your Pixie, please feel free to leave it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would subscribe and join the family. And until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.